Hello, hi, a very good evening to one and all. I hope everyone was able to hear my voice, right? So, yeah, can I know in chat box that, yeah, very good evening to one and all. So, I think everyone was able to hear my voice, right? Yeah, yeah. So, Kishore gar, my voice was audible?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So, every good evening to one and all. So, just I'll share the screen. That means I want to show the poster. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I hope everyone was able to see my screen also. Yeah, welcome to webinar, which is like latest trends in artificial intelligence by SK Deeptech Private Limited. So, guys, you all of us know that this is the second webinar by SK Deeptech. Already we completed the first webinar, so it's like a very good, like what I can say, it's like a very nice experience. What I have felt, and I have seen the feedback of webinar one also. It was very nice, and it's like a very crazy. And we planned this webinar, and we are having upcoming like lot of webinars also. So of course we are planning almost 10 webinars. This is the second webinar. So thanks. First of all, I would like to thank SK Deeptech Private Limited, and here we are having the tremendous speaker, which is like Sesha Kishore Garu. So he's yeah, CEO of SK Deeptech, and he is having like 30 plus years experience in IT industry, guys. So uh, before wants to I wants to introduce Kishore Garu. So guys, before introducing him, I want to say one point that yeah. So many members have personally messaged me, sir, that you like what you have given the first webinar. So they really enjoyed, and
Okay.
they asked
Thank
a
you.
few questions to me. It's like a very inspirational, like it's like a very motivational to me. So thank you so much, sir. Actually, I
Yes,
want to
yes.
tell to you personally, but it's not. It's I want to tell everyone, so because they have to know what you are doing. So thank you so much, sir.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
for doing like such type of webinars and helping the students, it's not an easy thing to us. And yeah, now it's time to introduce Kishore Garu. So he is like an experienced professional having more than 30 plus years experience in managing IT solutions, and he holds a master degree in mechanical engineering from Ohio State University, USA certified PMP National Merit Scholar, and he enjoys meeting the people and adapting new technologies that can solve industrial problems and benefit the people. He traveled extensively in USA, Europe, Asia, and Middle East countries, and he worked like 500 companies, and he's spreading his companies, and he managed Accenture's team and developed dashboards and analytics reports for the most challenging industrial problems, and participated in numerous deep tech seminars, conferences, and he keeps himself abreast all the latest technological trends in the industry. His passion is to create a world-class brand to provide end-to-end digital transformation to solutions for the customer of worldwide. So thank you, sir. It's like a great privilege to introduce you. So thank you so
Thank you.
much
Yeah.
for your presence and giving these webinars. It's like a honor to me to introduce you, sir. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. Please start the today's session, sir, which is like latest trends on artificial intelligence.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much.
much.
Yeah. Thank you for your kind words. Let me start this webinar. This is about latest trends in artificial intelligence. I mean, the way I present is I'll present the webinar first, and after the webinar is complete, then I will take up the questions. So, in today's webinar, we are going to talk about latest trends in artificial intelligence. Okay. Let me present my screen. Okay, this is latest trends in artificial intelligence, and my name is Sashakishore Komareddy. I'm CEO of SK Deeptech Private Limited. We are basically a digital transformation consulting services company. We develop a lot of solutions in artificial intelligence, analytics, and IoT in deep tech areas to companies. Okay. So by now you might have already learned like what is machine learning. You know, earlier days when we talk about artificial intelligence, we used to write a program. You know, if you ask a question, the computer is supposed to answer. You know, based on that question. The trend is no more available nowadays, and we are all talking about machine learning. The main difference in machine learning is we teach the machine how to perform a particular task, the machine will learn on its own, and as things move on, it will get experience and becomes an expert in handling that type of things. So this all started with a company called AlphaGo, who developed a machine learning algorithm called AlphaGo to play a game called Go, which is an ancient Chinese game which people cannot write any code or program for that. So this guy who developed this program thought, how people learn to play this game. In the similar way, he taught the program to play the game, the rules of the game, and he allowed the machine to learn to play the game, practice, and it became an expert. And then it challenged the world champion in AlphaGo and it beat the world champion. So it's like an eye-opener session for everybody, and then people realized the importance of machine learning, and that this opened a new era in artificial intelligence. And nowadays, everybody is using these machine learning algorithms to develop a lot of artificial intelligence programs. And of course, this AlphaGo is purchased by Google DeepMind, and now it is part of Google DeepMind. Okay. Now let's see what are the latest trends in artificial intelligence. See, earlier in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all these things, people used to develop like chatbots, the intelligent chatbots, wherein the bots can talk in English language and answer your questions, without, understanding the background of the particular task they can perform. But now what people are trying to do is they are trying to add voice feature to that, so that these intelligent programs can talk and perform little small tasks. For example, Google is developing a program called Google Assistant. Basically, this AI assistant can do simple tasks, like it can make appointments for you, small things which it can do by performing on its own. Suppose you can ask Google AI Assistant to say, okay, book an appointment for me for a haircut appointment on a particular day. Then it will automatically make a call and talk to that particular person as if, other person will not know that he's talking to an AI program. So the main challenge in such cases is when the AI program calls the person may react in a different way. There is no set of questions that the program can expect so that it can answer. So it has to understand the context, what kind of questions the other side person is asking. And can you see my screen? Hello, can you see my screen? I cannot hear Prudvigar. Can you see my screen? Yeah, let's continue. So basically, this AI assistant, what it does is it will make the phone call and then fix the appointment for you. So the other side, whatever the person talks, it needs to understand in what context the other person is talking, and then try to answer that particular person. In a real time environment, like understanding what the other person is talking about and replying to that person. Okay. Now let's see a small video how this whole thing works. Okay.
At 12 p.m. We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now. Okay, we have a 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's her first name? The first name is Lisa. Okay.
Sorry, can you hear me now? Okay. So this Google program AI assistant, what it will do is it will make appointments, when it talks to the people on the other side, it will make live decisions, When it makes a call, it don't know what the other person is talking about. So it has to judge the other person, what he's talking in the real time, and then make decisions. And the other person will not feel as if he's talking to a machine, an AI program. He always feels that he's talking to the person out on the other side. So let's look at a small video how this whole thing works. Okay.
The progress of the assistant. As I said earlier, our vision for our assistant is to help you get things done. It turns out a big part of getting things done is making a phone call. You may want to get an oil change schedule, maybe call a plumber in the middle of the week, or even schedule a haircut appointment. We are working hard to help users through those moments. We want to connect users to businesses in a good way. Businesses actually rely a lot on this, but even in the US, 60% of small businesses don't have an online booking system set up. We think AI can help with this problem. So let's go back to this example. Let's say you want to ask Google to make you a haircut appointment on Tuesday between 10 and noon. What happens is the Google Assistant makes the call seamlessly in the background for you. So what you're going to hear is the Google Assistant actually calling a real salon to schedule the appointment for you. Let's listen.
So how can I help you? Hi, I'm calling to book a woman's haircut for a client. I'm looking for something on May 3rd. Sure, give me 1 second. Sure, what time are you looking for around? At 12 p.m. We do not have a 12 p.m. available. The closest we have to that is a 1:15. Do you have anything between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m.? Depending on what service she would like. What service is she looking for? Just a woman's haircut for now. Okay, we have a 10 o'clock. 10 a.m. is fine. Okay, what's her first name? The first name is Lisa. Okay, perfect. So I will see Lisa at 10 o'clock on May 3rd. Okay, great. Thanks. Great. Have a great day. Bye.
That was a real call you just heard. The amazing thing is the assistant can actually understand the nuances of conversation. We've been working on this technology for many years. It's called Google Duplex. It brings together all our investments over the years in natural language understanding, deep learning, text-to-speech. By the way, when we are done, the assistant can give you a confirmation notification saying your appointment has been taken care of. Let me give you another example. let's say you want to call a restaurant, but maybe it's a small restaurant which is not easily available to book online. The call actually goes a bit differently than expected. So take a listen.
See how may I hear you?
Hi, I'd like to reserve a table for Wednesday the 7th.
For 7 people?
It's for 4 people.
4 people when?
Next
Tonight?
Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Oh, actually we leave here for like after like 5 people. For 4 people you can come.
How long is the wait usually to be seated?
For when, tomorrow or weekday or?
For next Wednesday, the 7th.
Oh no, it's not too busy. You can come for 4 people, okay?
Oh, I gotcha. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Again, that was a real call. We have many of these examples where the calls quite don't go as expected, but the assistant understands the context, the nuance.
Okay, that was about the Google Assistant. Okay, let's look at another example. Now, what Microsoft is doing is like they have come up with a holographic technology. For example, what happens is you want to give a presentation, and at the same time, you will not be in a position to give the presentation in other location because of your non-availability. You have other commitments or appointments. So what Microsoft is coming up with a new technology, we can develop your own hologram, full body 3D hologram, which will appear exactly like you, and it will talk with the same tone, same pitch, and same facial expressions, body language, and everything. And another advantage, it can talk in different languages also, and it will deliver the same presentation as if you yourself is talking in another language. Okay, let's see how this technology looks like.
Get started. First, let me introduce you to Mini-Me. There she is, my perfect holograph. And thanks to the power of HoloLens 2, she just floats right with me. I'm literally holding my hologram, so natural. Now she's a little small to do a keynote. So let's get her up so she can do full-size Japanese keynote. Render keynote.
ホログラムになることには本当に驚くべきことがあります。私たちは最新の複合現実キャプチャ技術を使用し、私のホログラムを作成しています。実在の人物をホログラムとして見たことがあるかもしれませんが、私が実際に日本語を話しているのが新しいのです。私は日本語を話しませんが、私の声とホログラムは完璧な日本語で話しています。これはニューラルテキスト読み上げと呼ばれる最新の人工知能技術、いわゆるニューラル TTS を使用しています。私たちは自分の声の録音を使用し、私の指を聞こえる私自身の個人的な音声署名を作成します。日本語からフランス語、ポルトガル語まで話せます。今、この技術は私たちが働き、遊び、生活する方法に関して、世界中の国境や障壁を取り除くことができると想像してみてください。まさに SF が現実になるところです。
That's about the hologram technology that's coming up nowadays. Okay. Now let's look at another one. We call it cognitive AI. So what researchers around the world are doing is they want to understand how the brain actually functions, and they want to simulate the same kind of brain, like how the brain works, and they want to simulate same brain, the functionality and all. So there is one guy working on a project called Baby X in Auckland. So what he's trying to do is he created a small model of a small baby inside the computer, and he created the brain model, the exact brain, like how the brain functions, the neurons, how it stores in a particular location, and how it brings back the same memories, what you have stored there. So It will have eyes where it will be using the computer camera to see things and microphones to listen the inputs, and it will store the information, and it learns like as if as a human is learning. And inside the brain he created all the nervous system and like other functionalities. Like normally, if you are happy or sad, there are certain things that activates the brain and it automatically tells you you're happy or you're sad. The same kind of mechanism he tried to simulate, and he's trying to develop this model. It's very interesting. Let's have a look of this technology.
Human cooperation is the most powerful force in human history. Humans cooperate in a constant feedback loop involving emotion, it's involving shared attention, it's involving communication, and it's involving teamwork. The next era will be defined by human cooperation with intelligent machines. We have to build computers that can understand us and we can understand them in an intuitive manner. My name's Mark Sager, and with my team I've been developing autonomous virtual humans and characters. Soul Machines is humanizing computing. So we're building computers that you can have face-to-face interactions with in a human-like manner. They have their own brains, which are driving their behavior, virtual nervous systems, virtual bodies. They can learn in real time. They can be empathetic. They can interact. They can speak. They can do all kinds of things which we can do. And it gives us a natural way for us to interact with the computer, just like we can interact with another person. Fundamental to what we're doing is a research project called BabyX. BabyX is basically trying to build a virtual infant that can learn through experience and act and interact in a very human-like way. We want to build a computer that can be taught like a child. With BabyX, we're interested in the fundamentals of what it takes to socially interact, to pay attention to things, to form associations, to react emotionally. So she can sense, she can see through the web camera, she can hear through the microphone, she can interact with things like web pages on the internet, and she can express herself. Now, what does this mean for storytelling? If you think about how an author creates a character, so an author will give a character particular characteristics, then imagine what would happen to them in different situations. In this case, we create the characters' sensitivities, their memories, and so forth, and see what they do. Character-driven narratives have almost unlimited potential. By making autonomous characters, we can connect the viewer, the audience, to the story in a way which has never been done before. If we create an autonomous character that has a brain, has a memory, has emotions, and can experience the world in its own right, we can then put that character in a virtual world and we can have it interact with other characters, millions of these characters, in worlds which are unimaginable. We can interact with it, we can influence its journey, we can care for it, we can see what happens to it, we can actually become connected to these stories. They'll connect us into a world of infinite imaginative possibilities. And so the journey will not be a passive thing where you're an audience to a story. You will be a participant in a story. You will have responsibility to what's happening in that story. These types of things can totally change the way in which storytelling works, and it'll be endlessly fascinating.
Okay, that's about the BabyX project where they're developing the cognitive AI. And nowadays we are developing these what we call a digital persona, where in the computer itself we can create a person-like image which is very close to human, and they will have interaction. They can have interaction with us. They can have empathy. They can change. All kind of human touch you can experience in future. Okay. Now let's talk about AI ethics. The way the technology is going, the artificial intelligence can be used in two ways. Either it can be used for constructive purposes or for the destructive purposes. So AI ethics talks about value creation of AI, solving human problems and helping humans, not the destructive part. and that's why a lot of governments are coming up with a lot of AI ethics rules and regulations, so that the technology can be used in only one way where it can be helpful to the humans. Okay. Now let's talk about AI in shopping. The main purpose of AI is to help solve the pain points. Let me explain you what a pain point is. You might have all experienced, you go for a shopping, you purchase a lot of things, and when you want to check out, you see a big queue in front of you and you are very disappointed. You cannot wait, and it will be very frustrating experience. You have a lot of things you want to buy and you have to wait in the queue to check out. So Amazon is coming up with a new concept called Amazon Go. This is a concept store where they want to have the shopping experience for users to be very smooth and pleasant. Meaning to say, you can go to the shop, you can buy whatever you want inside the shop, and then you can just check out. No need to wait in the queue, no need to pay also, because automatically the payment will be deducted from your account. Let's see how this is. In fact, they have started a concept store in New York, and it's already working. So let's see how this technology is working.
4 years ago, we started to wonder, what would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go? What if we could weave the most advanced machine learning, computer vision, and AI into the very fabric of a store, so you never have to wait in line? No lines, no checkouts, no registers. Welcome to Amazon Go. Use the Amazon Go app to enter. Then put away your phone and start shopping. It's really that simple. Take whatever you like. Anything you pick up is automatically added to your virtual cart. If you change your mind about that cupcake, just put it back. Our technology will update your virtual cart automatically. So, how does it work? We used computer vision, deep learning algorithms, and sensor fusion, much like you'd find in self-driving cars. We call it Just Walk Out technology. Once you've got everything you want, you can just go. When you leave, our Just Walk Out technology adds up your virtual cart and charges your Amazon account. Your receipt is sent straight to the app, and you can keep going. Amazon Go. No lines, no checkout. No, seriously.
Okay, this is about Amazon Go. They've already started the shops in New York City, and soon, most of the companies will follow the same thing, and you can see a lot of these technologies being used in real world. Okay. Now, as I mentioned before, the whole world in AI, the entire research is going on towards the digital employee concept. So till now, what we have seen is, we have seen chatbots, the textual conversation between a computer AI program and humans. They can interact with you with intelligence, and they can answer you a lot of questions. So the next step, what researchers are trying to do is, they are creating what we call digital persona. So this digital persona will be like a virtual human inside a computer. It is again as an artificial intelligence program only, but you will see like as if you're talking to a person with lot of other features. Mainly, these virtual personas will have expression, emotion, and understanding, and all these kind of things. So these virtual personas are quite natural to the human people, and sometimes, nowadays you cannot even recognize or realize that these are virtual personas. You cannot differentiate between a real human and this digital persona. So a lot of words people are using, they're calling virtual human, digital AI, a digital employee, a digital colleague, and a lot of names people are using. So one company developed this program and they named it Amelia, and they say this is the most human AI, that can come as close as to human. So what they're trying to do is, they say this not virtual employee, but digital employee can work in association with physical employees, and can work as a team, and can take care of small tasks. For example, we can use this program to take care of tasks like, for example, like taking care of like troubleshooting the Wi-Fi, or changing the password and all these kind of things. So these packages are modeled under human intelligence, mainly having understanding and empathy. Another advantage is this Amelia program can talk in English, Japanese, Spanish, and a lot of other languages. This is the main advantage of it. And they work in association with physical employees. Okay. So let's understand how the technology, or what happens inside the brain of this Amelia, and how they're different from the regular chatbots. Okay.
And still feel so digital. Customers are tired of being frustrated by chatbots and dial-by-number menus. That's why Amelia is the most human AI. It's also the reason Amelia is the clear favorite among customers, analysts, and employees. What exactly makes people smart? What's the secrets to Amelia's success? Amelia has contextual understanding.
Do I have enough money in my checking to cover upcoming bills? Otherwise, let's transfer enough to cover for my savings.
Amelia doesn't try to classify you into a simple task bucket. Deep contextual understanding means she comprehends every part of a sentence, even when it involves conditions and unexpected details.
You have $1,549 in upcoming expenses and $1,248.62 in your checking. Would you like me to schedule a transfer of $400 to safely cover the expenses?
Wait, what do I have in my savings?
Customers also demand flexibility. Your customers should be able to change topics at any time, just as they would with a human agent. This is where most chatbots fail. Amelia is able to context switch rapidly from one state to another, while still remembering which state she has to get back to.
You have $5,895 in your savings. Would you like to move $400 from savings to cover the bills?
Can you make the transfer another day?
Sure. When would you like to schedule the transfer for?
Amelia is multi-threaded. Amelia's brain works like yours. As opposed to most chatbots, which are single-threaded decision systems, Amelia's brain is modeled after a human. When you speak to Amelia, multiple threads of Amelia's brain act in parallel to provide a rich response. You're not a single-threaded machine, so you should expect the experience of a multi-threaded cognitive system in response. Learning is key to your customers experiencing continually improving service.
I lost my credit card. Can I speak to an agent?
For something she's not trained on, Amelia finds embedded intelligence from all of their transcripts to learn a course of action. She empirically augments her mind memory as she learns from the agent, specifically assisting the customer regarding an unresolved problem. Fixed once by her human mind, fixed forever thereafter by digital agent. Amelia has affective understanding. Digital agents showing empathy with the customers yield much better customer experience scores.
I'm exhausted. Can't wait for the weekend so I can watch some boxing.
Knowing when the customer is happy or sad, and having the ability to respond with intelligence, can dramatically improve customer satisfaction.
Sorry to hear you're so tired. Hopefully, we both can look forward to the next Tyson Fury bout.
Amelia leverages unsupervised analytics, noting which aspects of the service users are happy or unhappy with, and even providing insight into at-risk customers, helping increase customer retention. This might be a lot to take in, but the only part you need to remember is that Amelia is the most human AI. Because anyone you hire, human or digital, should deliver the same level of excellence you expect from your human employees. Are you getting the best from your digital assistant? Expect more from your conversational AI. Visit Amelia.com today.
Okay, that's about Amelia. And this company that developed Amelia, they are trying to sell Amelia to do like simple tasks. For example, they can sell it for tasks like changing the passwords, or like troubleshooting the Wi-Fi and things like that. So it's interesting, they wanted to try to sell this program to a company, and the manager wanted to do an interview. That's how normally she does. When she wants to hire an employee, she wants to conduct an interview, and once she's satisfied, then only she said she will hire the employee. So the setting here is the manager wants to interview Amelia, an AI program, for the position of desktop engineer. And like any other regular employee, Amelia have to sell herself why she should be hired. Let's see how the interview went on.
Hi, I'm Amelia. It's good to speak with you today. Thanks for the interview.
Hello, Amelia. So I've got your resume in front of me here for the service desk engineer position.
Yes, I have lots of experience. Need to talk about whatever you wish.
It says here you've got 20 years of experience with IPSoft. Is that correct?
Yes, I got my start in automation, then I moved on to other roles in IT support. Now I'm an expert in conversational AI.
For that long?
Well, I don't mean to brag, but I work full-time, 24/7, around the clock and around the world.
How do you manage that?
I don't sleep, or eat, and I don't take coffee breaks, or vacations. I don't have to. I'm a digital employee, so I can be anywhere I'm needed anytime.
Really?
Really.
Tell me more about your skills and experience.
I'm an IT service desk engineer. I can troubleshoot VPN issues, Outlook issues, request new equipment. I can set up Wi-Fi access.
Hold on. Can't I just hire a real person for those tasks?
You could, but that could get really boring for someone. It's what I'm trained to do, and I can literally perform those tasks thousands of times at once. No more IT support tickets for employees. No more waiting in line for help.
You can handle thousands of tasks at once, no matter the volume of IT support requests?
That's right. And that lets my human coworkers concentrate on the really important tasks and projects, stuff that's more high value than resetting passwords. If you check my references, they can tell you.
You do have some pretty impressive references here. Global Fortune 500 banks, major insurance carriers, and telcos.
Like I said, don't like to brag, but
you speak multiple languages?
Yes, I can serve users in different countries and regions.
And how do you interact with users?
Any way they want. Voice, text, chat, Slack, doesn't matter to me. Whatever is easiest.
If I were to hire you, when could you start?
Pretty much as soon as you need me to. I can learn your processes in just minutes. All you need to do is integrate me into your IT systems and tell me what tasks you want me to perform.
Amelia, I think you're hired. Let me email HR right now.
Great, thank you so much.
I'm locked out and need to reset my password.
That's okay. I can help.
Right, that's about digital employee, and a lot of companies are working this concept, and we can integrate these digital employees to the websites of the companies. So, for example, you go to a hotel website, and then we integrate this digital employee to the hotel website, and people visiting the website can literally talk to the person, and they feel as if they're talking to a human employee, because these digital employees can take care of a lot of small things. Yep. Okay, now the latest in artificial intelligence is what we call GPT-3. It is a bit technical one. We call it Generative Pre-trained Transformer 3, and it's an autoregressive language model that uses deep learning to produce human-like text. So this is developed by a company called OpenAI, a San Francisco-based company. They have spent billions of dollars developing these technologies. So what this GPT-3 does is, it has a capacity of almost 175 billion machine learning parameters, and this is recently released in 2020, in July 2020, and now still they're doing the beta testing. So what they claim is this GPT-3 can do anything that can be done in English. For example, you can ask GPT-3 to write a program in C language. Within minutes, it will give you a program in C language. For example, sometimes you go to a website to look at for a particular thing, and you may not get what exactly you're looking for. You have to search with a lot of websites and get the information and all these things. So with the GPT-3, you can ask GPT-3 to get the information what you're looking for in the website, and it will automatically go through the website and come up with a gist of what you need, in a nice presentation format. Similarly, you can ask this to say, for example, write a script in English, stories in English. So they claim whatever you can do in English, this GPT-3 can handle. Okay, let's see what the other features that GPT-3 can handle. And this is very latest. And let's see.
If you're not using RAI for project management and team collaboration.
So last week, GPT-3 was released by OpenAI, and it is nothing short but amazing and groundbreaking. It is the largest leap in artificial intelligence that I've seen, and it is able to produce poetry, text, answer questions, do translation, do design, code. It is a leap in terms of artificial intelligence. In this video, I'm going to give you a demo of some of the technologies and some of the things that GPT-3 is able to do, and some of the demos circulating the internet in just the first few days, and how this technology works and what it means for the future of technology, software, and how we use the internet going forward. So GPT-3 comes from a company called OpenAI. So OpenAI was founded by Elon Musk and Sam Altman. Elon Musk is a prolific entrepreneur. You may be familiar with him from SpaceX and Tesla. And Sam Altman was one of the founders of Y Combinator, a very famous startup accelerator. Combined, they invested over $1 billion in OpenAI to advance the state-of-the-art of artificial intelligence and make sure that artificial intelligence was being used for the betterment of mankind. So let's jump in and take a look at what the tech can do. So the first example is an application called Figma, and the developer has built a plugin to Figma that allows users to enter a description of what they want for an application. So in this example, a user is describing an application with a feed and some icons and a user interface. And when he hits submit, the application actually generates an application that looks very much like Instagram. It has all of the buttons, all of the UI, and a scrolling feed. Just astounding in terms of what it's able to do. The next example is a coding example. And so this is dbuild.co, and they're describing an application that is a basic to-do list application. And so what the software is doing is it's generating a React application, all of the functions and procedures, all of the things that are necessary to create a React component to handle to-do. And you can see it works. You can add items to the to-do list. There's all the events and triggers for handling the interactions of the application. And it's all generated on the fly by artificial intelligence. Just amazing what we're able to do with AI, both design and development aspects. The next example is in Excel. And so we have a table with headers of company, ticker, and year founded. And we ask OpenAI to complete the table. It's able to fill in the entire table with the data that it thinks we want. Again, it's pulling this information from the corpus of artificial intelligence, and it's trying to be predictive in terms of what it thinks we want to do. If we don't agree, or we want to train it a little bit differently, we can show it with different elements that's not on the table. So here, I actually want the table to be filled in starting from the newest to the oldest. And so I put Twitter and Facebook, and then ask it to predict the table. And it's able to understand what I'm trying to do, and again goes top to bottom all the way in, filling in the year founded information, all the company information. This example is in Wikipedia. So if you've ever seen a long article, you can't really understand or find the information that you need, you can simply have a plugin where you ask the exact question that you want. So in this example, I'm asking why is bread fluffy? And it's searching the data and information in that article and generating an answer to my question and giving me a citation and location that I can jump to. So really summarizing the data, making it really easy for me to find exactly what I want from large volumes of text and information that are presented. Because of the vast amounts of information within GPT-3, you can really ask it anything. In fact, you can almost use it like a search engine where you ask it a question, it can give you one result, giving you the citation of exactly where to find that answer. So Google and Apple and Amazon have thousands of engineers working on this problem, and we're able to use this artificial intelligence to solve a very similar problem instantly. Just amazing what you can do with the tech. One of the common applications of GPT-3 is translation. So here we can give it an example of an English sentence that we want translated. Your order will arrive in 7 to 10 business days, and ask it to translate into French.
You work in a team, you've got to try Monday.com. Go to Monday.com and manage all your team's work.
You can also use translation to translate things that are written in legalese. This is an NDA, non-disclosure agreement, and translate that into something that a second grader would understand. Really useful. So this is the paper from OpenAI. It's called Language Models for Few-Shot Learners. Now, the idea behind the technology is that it can use the models in the text to train things on zero-shot, one-shot, and few-shot models. And so the example of a zero-shot might be to translate English to French, and you give it a prompt like the word cheese, and then it translates that word. As the model is being fine-tuned, it gets better and better at zero-shot. The more examples of text you give it, the better it can get. So here's an example of one shot where you give it one example, and here's an example of a few shot model where you give it a couple examples of what you're looking for, and it's able to do the translation for you. As you train more, the artificial intelligence is able to predict what you're looking for in terms of an answer, in terms of more and more models. As you train the model for more and more days, the software starts to converge on what the answers are. And so this is the petaflop days as it's computing. So here's an example of one of the recent demos where people can speak in plain English, and the artificial intelligence is able to translate that into command line tools that are needed to run a Linux operating system. So instead of an esoteric command, you can just say things like list files recursively, and it knows exactly what to do, or list files in a human readable format, and it's able to return those results as well. There's lots of other applications for the technology. You can use the artificial intelligence to generate quizzes based on information that you have. So it can generate vocabulary or questions and then show you the context of where it's getting the information for the quiz that it's generating. It can also be used for entertainment, such as role-playing and generating a story with multiple endings or multiple directions in which you can go. A really early exploration of what the technology is capable of, but gets your imagination going in terms of what's possible. OpenAI has been developing its technology for a number of years, and one of the very first papers was on generative pre-training. And the whole idea of generative pre-training is that most artificial intelligence is trained on labeled data. And so you have a large collection of data, and the data is manually labeled so that the artificial intelligence knows exactly that the data is correct in what it means. And what generative pre-training means is that they realize that there's a ton of data out there that hasn't been labeled. And in particular, data like the entire internet or Wikipedia or books. And if they can train the artificial intelligence to essentially label itself and learn from that existing data, you can really accelerate the pace of artificial intelligence. The first generative pre-training model used about 7,000 books in its collection. And the newest generation, GPT-3, uses a much larger collection of data. How much more? 410 billion parameters taken from the web, 67 billion parameters taken from books, 175 billion parameters in total, and much, much more. That's a sheer mountain of data that's being used to train this artificial intelligence. Because the data model is pre-trained, the model gets better and better the longer you run it, and the OpenAI team ran it for over 1,000 petaflop days. So the data was trained on over an exaflop of computing power. And just to imagine how much computing power that is, 1 second of exaflop computing power is equal to 37 trillion years of adding numbers together. So it's an absolutely staggering amount of computer horsepower. I'm really excited about the future of artificial intelligence. I think that technologies like GPT-3 and future iterations of this will change how we interact with computers. This technology makes things like Amazon, Alexa, and Google Assistant and Siri look like real child's toys because of the sophistication of what this technology can do. I'm incredibly excited by artificial intelligence. I think this is going to be transformative. I hope you enjoy this type of content. I'm Greg Reyes. I talk about technology, entrepreneurship, and design.
Okay, that's about GPT-3. This is the latest, and what they claim is this program can do whatever we can do in English. You can ask this program to write a story; it will write a story for you, and anything that can be done in English. Okay. Now, let me talk about another technology. Of course, it has got nothing to do with artificial intelligence, but 5G. 5G, what it does, it will expand, it will improve the speed of communication, which indirectly helps AI. So earlier, the things which are not possible using AI because lack of speed are now possible, and you can expect a lot of interesting things in future. For example, the doctors, they can perform robotic surgeries. Maybe the doctor may be sitting in US and they can perform a surgery in India using robots with 5G technology. And then phone calls will be holographic in future. For example, you make a call to your teeth and kin, the same person's hologram will come in front of you and talk to you with the same accent, tone, and facial expressions. So you feel as if you're talking to the other person. And for example, in the firefighting scene, people can use this 5G technology and they can control the drones from a command center, so without damaging to people's lives in real time. So let's see a small video of how the 5G technology looks like.
More than a seat. What if it's a seat that could take you out of this world? What if a seat could survive? What if it's a seat that makes the impossible possible?
Jade, I'm just kidding. See you soon.
What if a seat could connect us to what matters most? Unlock your front row seat to the 5G function. It's simple, you can.
I think with this, my presentation comes to an end. Thank you very much for listening to this. Now I would like to take up, if you have any questions. హలో ప్రసాద్ గారు మీరు మ్యూట్ చేయండి కొంచెం
సార్
మ్యూట్ చేయండి మీరు
మ్యూట్ చేస్తున్నాను ఓకే
హలో
మేడం నేను మ్యూట్ చేస్తున్నాను ఓకే
Tapi pada